Go ahead.
The Knight's Journey.
By Henry McCoy.
One very rainy day, a young knight set off on a journey to a castle far, far away to deliver an important message to another king. The other king's name was King Jason. The knight's king, King Charles, told him to bring it there and make sure not to lose it. The knight goes off on a long and tiring journey through a deep, dark forest. In order to safely deliver the letter, he had to make sure that he had to make sure to stay on a long, straight path that led to a castle many miles away. As he was riding his horse in the deep, dark woods, a spider stops him in his path. The spider is giant. It is the queen spider. The queen spider says, "You cannot pass this way." The knight says, "Why not? I mean no harm." The queen spider finally says, "Fine," and lets him pass. He was somehow not scared of her, even though she was as big as a bear and her bite was like the bite of a shark. She was looming over him like a skyscraper. When the knight finally arrived at the castle, after what felt like 1,000,000 years, he was very relieved to get to his destination. He walks up to the king and says, "Sir, after a long journey, I have this to give to you." "Thank you," the king says, and the knight was back on the way home. After he had set off on his journey back home, he ran into a lot of obstacles, but he solved them without harming anyone along the way. Over the time, he learned how violence was not always the answer, such as in situations where he had to reason with others just to get closer to his destination. It almost felt like there was an endless line of things stopping him from finishing his task. It felt like he was a fish trying to climb a waterfall. At last, the castle was in sight. As he got back to his house in the village, he thought about all of the problems he ran into along the way. It felt like there was 1,000,000,000 different problems. After all that, he felt not only like he had grown a lot, but he also felt like he achieved a lot on his own.
Very good.